let's talk some Colorado, right? We've got to. Another classic game out in Boulder. Regardless if Colorado wins or loses, it's going to be some insanity. There's going to be great plays, some big plays. It's going to be a roller coaster ride, and that's what we got. And, Steve, there were some big names on campus. The three that we were watching all weekend, linebacker Nathaniel Luu Boang, who's uncommitted, edge London Merritt, who's committed to Ohio State, and defensive lineman Christian Hudson, committed to UCF. Now, you've been talking to recruits coming out of this and some sources around the Colorado program. What are you hearing on Monday?
Well, I talked to Nathaniel Luu Boang about his visit out to Colorado, and he had a fabulous experience. Look, when these kids get to Colorado, they see an atmosphere and environment that they love to be in. There is so much energy around this Colorado football program right now. Pre-games are electric around this football team, and kids can see themselves having fun, thriving in that kind of environment. And these high school recruits can also see themselves playing early. Nathaniel Luu Boang told me that he sees a need for himself to come in there and be an early contributor. And we already know, look, when Colorado's recruiting high school guys, they want you to play in year one. Nathaniel Luu Boang, he's physically ready to go when he on a college campus out of IMG Academy. He told me he had a great visit, loved the environment, and the fans at Colorado deliver their game days in Boulder are awesome. He felt it, and Colorado's a team to watch. Same with Christian Hudson. Devonris Press has been leading the charge, one of the top off-field recruiters in the nation. They have a great connection. Look, they take these guys out into the nature surrounding Colorado, that ambiance. They go up into the mountains. These kids from Florida, they love it. Christian Hudson is one of them. He had a great time just getting a feel for the scenic views around Colorado and picturing himself in that kind of atmosphere for college. I think it was a real needle mover in addition to just all the ambiance around the game and the excitement environment and being in the locker room and all of that and feeling the crowd and, again, seeing a chance to play early. I think Colorado's got a great chance to flip in from UCF. And then London Merritt, talked to a source that spent time with him. He's committed to Ohio State, also out of IMG Academy. North Carolina was a program he was keeping warm as well. This Colorado visit just kind of popped up. But sounds like him and his parents had a good time, and we'll continue to monitor where the Buffaloes stand with London Merritt moving forward.
Yeah. Hey, he brought his parents along, You didn't have to do that if the parents didn't want to come. They didn't have to.
Sure. Well, they're a great family, and obviously, look, again, Ohio State, they did a great job of getting London Merritt in the fold, and he sees himself thriving under Larry Johnson and company in Columbus, but he's dotting I's and crossing T's on his recruitment, and he's one of the handful of guys Colorado's recruiting from the high school level. They are not recruiting 100 high school football players. It's a small amount. He's a guy that they've zeroed in on, brought him out this weekend, and certainly he's a guy that would play early for Colorado if he chose to be a Buff.
All right, so Julian Lewis was at USC this past weekend, but when do you think Colorado is trying to get Julian Lewis back to campus?
Cincinnati game. We mark Kansas State and Cincinnati as 2 weekends that Colorado is dialing up for big high school recruiting weekends, and I think that there's some talk about him coming back for the Cincinnati game. It would be his 4th visit of the year to Colorado as they try and flip him from USC. He was back at USC this past weekend, his second home game in a row that he was at USC. And I think that was another great trip out to Southern Cal. So we'll see if Julian Lewis, does he visit Indiana this weekend for the Nebraska game? Does he visit Colorado in 2 weeks for the Cincinnati game? If he does that, then we know his recruitment is still very fluid. If he does not, then I think at that point we can just mark him in for USC for good.
All right, Colorado fans, how we feeling coming out of this weekend? I know you guys didn't get the win, but that atmosphere in Boulder was absolutely electric. How we feeling about recruiting heating up? Let us know. Comment section below.